Hello, everyone. So excited that you guys are here this amazing Thursday, August 13th. Um, as always, I'm so excited to have an incredible special guest. And this week, my special guest is Esther Arzadi. I think I said it right. I practiced like 17 times here on the call, but she is truly just such a gem, you guys. I'm going to read a little bit about what she told me specifically about her because I don't want to miss anything. She's currently living in San Diego with her significant other. She's proud of the leaps that she's taken to better her life and overcome the challenges despite the loss of her father recently. There's been so many changes within her this year alone, but she's been very resilient towards becoming the best version of herself. And I can say this personally also watching her growth over the past few months. It has been so encouraging. It has been inspiring. It's just been so beautiful to see the strength that she has embodied through everything she's been going through. She's now full-time with Isagenix, which is super exciting, ready to make such a difference in this world and in her family to better their lives as well as take full initiative. She has this unshakable belief, which is so contagious. She leads with her heart, listens deeply, and provides value to loved ones she holds dearly and many more. So during this, I'm going to let her tell all of her story, which I'm super excited to hear as well, because I haven't even heard her full story. So Esther, welcome. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Candace, and thank you so much for those kind words. I just think it's an honor to be here on this call and just be able to share my story. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share and just to, my main goal here is to inspire and empower all the beautiful people that are going to be watching this. One, to be strong within whatever you're doing is just hold the faith within your heart and know that whatever you are being called to do is, follow that intuition and just take it away. So I have been with this Isagenix for about 5 months now, and I just want to kind of talk about like a little bit, before I started with Isagenix, which was my first, when I first encountered my first diagnosis with a diagnosis called gastritis, which is an inflammation in your stomach where your lining gets really inflated, where it leads to your esophagus, and you have like this unbearable stomach pain. It depends on the person, but for me, I was vomiting nonstop. It was between my junior year and my senior year where I would go to school and I would eat all the junk food and all the things at school, and it just didn't sit well in my stomach. So it caused me to be admitted to the emergency room, and I was in there for a few months, and I was always like back and forth, and it was just such a horrible time. And I was able to see like the stress that my both parents were going through and just trying to get to the root of my diagnosis. And so it led for me to it was just really, really horrible. And I started to get really weak, and my blood sugars were going really low, and I was terrified. I just didn't know where my life was going to lead from this point on, and it was just really horrible. And so I decided to just change my diet and lead myself into this new, industry. And I started to learn more about health and nutrition and all the things that, sustain your body to function throughout your day in, day out, with all the stresses of finances and all the stresses of, just day-to-day things that you feel like you can't overcome. That's how I felt during those times. And I was barely going into college, and I've always been active. I've always had an active lifestyle. I always participated in like Pilates, yoga, aerobics, and I always just admitted myself into those classes during high school and college. So it was always something that helped me to push forward and just have a clear vision on where I want to take my life. And it really just built my mental strength and my capacity to just go. So with this whole diagnosis, it was difficult, but with the active lifestyle, again, I was able to just forward myself and maintain an active lifestyle. So through the years, once I finished college, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about what I was going to do. I actually wanted to become an architect, which was very inspiring to me because growing up, I didn't really have a great, strong foundation, and it just kind of resonated with just building that foundation and building that structure to be able to, have something and build a legacy and that's just something that I resonated my life to. So I wanted to become an architect, but something was just missing. And through the years, I knew it was because of my health and the underlying factors of how I functioned throughout my day and my studies and, doing my homework and all of those things. I was very distracted and I had really low energy. I just wasn't motivated. I didn't have the passion as much as I wanted to. And, just life in general. So fast forward, I kind of just took this leap and I went on a road trip for about 3 months. And on those 3 months, I was not taking care of myself. I just decided to take this and go with it because I was still on the journey of finding out what I wanted to do with my life, what career I wanted to have and such and things like that. And so I did all that. I went out there for 3 months. I traveled all the way across the East. I went to Chicago and I came back within 3 months. When I came back, I noticed that I was gaining weight. I was not taking care of myself. I just felt very depressed. I was very distant towards my family, towards my friends. I lost a lot of friendships throughout that time. And, I gained about 25 to 30 pounds that I didn't even know because I actually never owned a scale at all. I actually just purchased one myself so that I can hold myself accountable. And for me, it never really was about the weight. It was mainly about how you felt from the inside. And through my journey, it just wasn't like that for me. I was not happy at all. And I'll tell you guys a little bit more about what's recently happened to me and within this 2020 year that we all can resonate how crazy it's been for all of us. But fast forward again, I took that just time to really figure out what I wanted to do. And so, I came here to San Diego about a year now, and within 6 months of being here, I told myself that I would be committed to changing my life and really just be open to expansion. And during this whole year, it's really just allowed me to process and spiritually expand and just have a deep introspection of who I really wanted to become and who I am going to be. So within 6 months being here in San Diego, I had lost my dad, and the time that I was introduced to isogenics was amazing. It was like perfect timing. And I was introduced to isogenics by Toria Waters, which is actually one of Candace's best friend. One time she had posted something on her Instagram, and something just sparked inside me. And I had followed her for a few years, and I felt that she had just the strong faith that I was looking for and that I wanted to just attract and have in my life. And so I decided to just reach out to her, and I said, hey, what are you doing? What are you up to? And I seen that she was in San Diego with one of our business partners, Sydney. And so I approached them and I was like, hey, I would love to get on a call. And during the time that I first moved here in San Diego, I was given the opportunity to work as an accountant for a company that later on laid me off during my bereavement leave. So that was a huge burden on my shoulders, just to know that I was laid off during this whole tragedy. And it just really, I didn't even question it. I was just like, you know what, I don't fit here, and that's okay. God has made this basically opened this door for me, and this is the reason why I chose isogenics, and this is the reason why, and it makes so much sense to me now. But again, I was introduced to isogenics by Toria, and I remember getting on the call with her, and I made the time on my break, and I had told them my story, and I just broke it down, and I was crying, and I just remember letting him know, hey, I'm super, super emotional right now, but I know the time is now, and I know that this is the time that I really need to just, like I said, allow this space to be expanded and just know that I'm on this journey for a reason, and this is my calling. And so I went all in. I went back on the call, and I told them I only had 30 minutes, but once I got back home, I said, hey, I'm home now, let's get back on the call. And we did, and I ended up purchasing my products, and I took the products, and I kid you not, I felt amazing. I couldn't even tell you, you just have to be the one to try it yourself. And within the first 2 weeks, I felt a drastic change within my body. I was able to feel so much more better. Like I released so much toxins that I didn't even know I had built up. And the reason for it is, I was feeling like crap. And on top of my loss, like I just couldn't sustain myself. I felt like I was really falling off the tracks. And again, once I took the products, I felt amazing. And still till this day, I mean, it makes so much sense to me. And this is the reason why Candace and I wanted to do this call, is we wanted to kind of just break it down and show you how this really works and how this can be for you as well. And so, just question yourself, like, how would your life be if you weren't experiencing the pain regardless? Life can be very painful with all of the finance stresses, all the day-to-day stresses, and all the environmental stresses that we come across. So that's my story. I mean, there's a little bit bits and pits that are in there, and for all of us, it can be that way. But I'm here to just inspire and just throw in more positive than negative, and just know that you can do all things if you put your mind to it. So I get the chills and I get so emotional when I talk about my story, but I'm just going to shorten it up because it's an emotional one for me. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't even put it in words for you guys, and I just want to put it out there that this system has been working for me. I am so committed to doing this for the rest of my life. For me, I mean, I wouldn't take anything away if it works for me, and if it makes me feel good and empowered and inspired and just on the go all the time, and be able to just feel that I am under stress, but I'm able to like adapt to it. Like that's just beautiful to me, despite anything. So I'm just going to pass this over to Candace, and I'm going to allow her to speak on her story and share. And yeah, so thank you, Candace, for allowing me to speak.
Of course, Esther, thank you so much for sharing all of that. I know you have been through the ringer recently, and I know that it's a journey. We're all on a journey. And like you said, 2020 has had its struggles on its own, and then yours came with even more. So like I said, it's been an honor to watch you grow and to see you develop and to see so many things change. And like we say, self-growth is never easy, right? Any kind of personal thing that you're dealing with on your own, it is not something for the faint of heart. You have to be strong, bold, ready to conquer every single day. So thank you so much for that. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Candace Grasso. I live in West Palm Beach, Florida. And when I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with something called polycystic ovarian syndrome. So I had over 50 cysts on each of my ovaries. It was kind of a wild ride. So I was basically given this label as a young child that I wasn't ever going to be able to bear children, that I was going to have issues with my thyroid, I was going to have issues with my insulin, going to have issues with weight gain and weight loss, and that I was always going to be yo-yoing for the rest of my life. And that was really hard to hear when I was 16 years old and didn't really have, I was very impressionable, right? So for me, I immediately just kind of like lived life, didn't think anything of it. And once I got into my adult years and started getting the regular stresses of life with finances and work and everything else, then my body did start reacting in a super negative way. I started holding on to all of those like stressors and those toxins around my midsection, around my arms, my legs. I was really lethargic. I would come home from work and I would be absolutely exhausted, and I would flop on the couch, watch Netflix, drink wine, and just cry because I was miserable. I was, I was playing a part. I was extremely fake in a lot of areas of my life because I was just hurting so bad with so many different things. And so I had done a hormone test and found out that I had no estrogen, absolutely no progesterone, and my testosterone was through the roof. So I was on all these different supplements that my doctor had given me to help me level out, and nothing was working. I was spending over $1,000 a month on all these pills, and my body was just like peeing them out because I wasn't able to break them down. So then my PCOS turned into hypothyroidism, where I was getting even more tired constantly. Every single day was hard. Waking up was a chore. And just day-to-day activities were extremely draining for me. It also turned into insulin resistance, where I have to be super careful with what I would eat and making sure I had certain types of sugars at certain types of the day, because my sugars would like spike and then they would plummet, which was not fun for my emotions or anything going on with my body. So they decided to change my supplements into liquid, and I had to give myself shots 2 times a day, once in my stomach, once in my butt. And it got old really quickly. After about 9 months, I was like, okay, I'm over this. Traveling with needles and having to explain to the TSA every time, like, oh, this is my medicine, was really inconvenient more than anything. So then they gave me purely concentrated hormone creams where I was like actually rubbing them into my skin, which made me crazy. If you think about hormones, first of all, are extremely strong, extremely potent, and they were giving me pure hormones to rub into my skin. So my emotional roller coaster was literally, I didn't know what I would be getting every single day. So Q&A Isogenics, I had exhausted every network marketing company that there was, every health, food, nutrition, whatever that there was. I removed gluten, I'd removed dairy, I'd removed so many things trying to figure it out. And for me, nothing was working. The gluten and the dairy definitely helped with my bloating and my inflammation. But as you can see in week 1, that was still before I had started. That was the day I put isogenics in my body for the first time. And if you look at the difference between the first and the second photo, that was my first 30 days on the pack. What's amazing about our system is we have a 30-day back guarantee, that if it's not for you, you can send your canisters back, so we can recycle everything and you get 100% of your money back. And if I'm being fully transparent, that was my goal. My goal was to try the food for free, 30 days later, ship it all back and give my money back. But over the first 4 weeks, I was able to release over 15 pounds and 12 inches overall, which was insane, especially for someone who wasn't able to release any weight, and I had been trying forever. And it wasn't even about the weight for me. To be honest with you, it was about how I felt in my own skin. It was the fact that I had energy, abundant energy, that when I would come home from work or I would want to go play with my dog or whatever it may be, that energy was there. I didn't want to flop down and watch Netflix. I wanted to do something. I wanted to go out. I wanted to work out, which are all activities that I didn't have the desire to do before. And then as time went on, I've just noticed my bloating, my inflammation, that toxicity that was just stuck in my gut area has been released. And I feel so incredible now. I mean, I still have my days of doubt. I still have my days of insecurity. I still have my days where I have to give myself a pep talk, look in the mirror, give myself some finger guns and remind myself who I am. That's probably never going to change because I'm human. But I will say that those days of doubt, those days of uncertainty, those days of despair are way less in number than they were before. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the challenges that we all face with toxicity, stress, a deficient food system, and getting discouraged. Because this is not something that I know that I deal with or Esther deals with, just us two in the world. I know this is something that we're all dealing with. So the toxicity in what we drink and what we eat and what we breathe and absorb. I know the air is a lot better now thanks to COVID. That might be the only good thing that this virus has brought to us, is climate and the cleanliness of the air. But what we eat is still pretty bad. If you're going to go get a McDonald's, or even the stuff that you get on the shelves, they have to be pumped with preservatives to be able to have a shelf life. The things we drink, whether that be alcohol, sweet tea, Coke, whatever it may be at all, you're still giving yourself these toxicities that it wasn't created to absorb. And then also the things that we absorb. This is through your lotions, through your perfumes, through so many different things that you use. There's so many types of chemicals that our body's not capable of breaking down. So the stresses you have, whether it's positive physically with you working out, the stresses of emotional, financially, you guys, 2020 is a year that none of us ever expected. The stresses that this year has brought have no one could have prepared for. No one, not one person ever. A deficient food system. We are getting less nutrients because our foods are more and more processed. If you think down to the granular level of gathering and harvesting our produce, is there's a lot more trees and plants and all those things that are fighting for the same nutrients of the ground. So even to our ground soil level, we're getting a less deficient food system than we used to have. And then getting discouraged by slip-ups. I can't tell you how many yo-yo diets I have been on where I have started strong, but then they told me I can't have X, Y, and Z. And then I accidentally had one of those things, and I'd be like, well, screw it, I have to start all over. And then I felt defeated, and I felt like I was a failure and so many different things. And I'd either like A, start all over with a bad attitude, or B, I would just give up and quit. And so what's amazing about this is that this is stuff that we're all dealing with. And within this community, you're getting so much more than just the products. But I do want to talk about some of our 3 core products. And first of all of our products, we have no compromise commitment. We have everything backed by nutritionists that look through everything. We do third-party testing on all of our products. Everything is responsible sourcing. For all of our like whey protein, it's all undenatured whey from grass-fed, pasture-raised cows, which is amazing. Everything is made with natural ingredients. For those of you who are like me with celiac, everything is gluten-free, which is incredible. And we do so much rigorous testing. Like I said, we do third-party testing to make sure that our products are not just at an American standard, but at a global standard, which is even more incredible. So 3 of our core products and what we're kind of known for, our number 1 product is our shake. So you guys, this is incredible. I thought when I started this system, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to replace a meal for a shake. I love food too much. I love to chew. I have an oral fixation. But you guys, these shakes are so filling. These shakes are so delicious. Every time I wake up and get a shake, it tastes better than the last. And I don't really know how because I'm making them exactly the same. But they taste delicious. They've got 24 grams of high quality protein. If you're like me, I do the plant-based ones because I'm highly lactose intolerant. So I'm getting my protein from fava beans, mung beans, and peas. But our regular whey shakes, again, are undenatured whey protein, the happiest cows that there is. And my family's on this. My stepdad, he's 220 pounds, 6'2". He does this. He takes a shake in the morning. He's not hungry until lunch. So it's so crazy to think about how truly fulfilling these shakes are. So after we shake up our life, we need to nourish our life with our cleanse for life. And I actually just took my little guide just now. What this is really like an oil change for the cells. So when I hear the word cleanse, I'm not going to lie, I get really scared and think about I'm clinging to the toilet. I can't go anywhere. I'm going to have to spend a whole entire day in the bathroom. But that is not at all what this is. This is really more so of, again, getting those toxins out, cleaning out the cells, and then discreting them. And majority of the time, you discrete it through urination. So you don't have to worry about like running to the bathroom, of shitting your pants or whatever it may be. Again, most of it is going to just be a natural pull of that stubborn, icky fat that is stuck around your gut and your midsection. Probably my favorite product, or one of our favorite products, is our Ionic Supreme. So I work in the media, I'm in sales and advertising for them, and every single day is a new day. There's always a stressor, something has happened, we're getting media cut-ins or something like that. So being able to de-stress my life naturally, instead of being like, oh my gosh, I need a glass of wine, or oh my gosh, I need a burger, or utilizing what I used to use as my downfall or my pit. When I'd be stressed, I would binge eat or I would drink or whatever it may be. Now I know that I am like giving my body the nutrients and all the things that it needs. So what's amazing about this is that Ionic Supreme has something called adaptogens in it. And they are exactly what they sound like. They are plants that derive in like harsh environments. So you have plants in the jungle, in the desert, wherever they may be, where it's almost impossible to survive, and they're thriving. So whenever you take that in on your own, if you're really high, it's able to bring you back down. If you're really low, it's able to bring you back up. So instead of having this constant wave of emotion, it's kind of keeping you more steady eddy, which is something I think that we could all use, and something that I drink probably 2 to 3 times a day, depending on how my day is going. So I want to talk about what our day looks like, because a lot of times when people hear shakes as meal replacements, they get scared that we don't eat real food. And that's not the case at all. So the adaptogenic tea, or the Ionic Supreme, is normally the first thing I put into my body, just because I want to start my day on an incredible foot. Then I normally will have a shake. I have a snack if I'm hungry, but oftentimes I just go from shake to shake because it keeps me full throughout the day. I'll normally do another shake for lunch just because I'm super busy and on the go, and it takes like 30 seconds to make a shake, which is super convenient. And then another snack if I'm hungry. and then having a dinner or a shake. So you can mix up where you have your shake. If you're doing this for a weight loss mentality, having a 400 to 600 calorie meal that is like macro and micronutrient dense, that's going to be your ideal. If you're just doing it for nutrition, heck, you can have a pizza, you can go out to eat, you can do whatever you want. And what I love about this system is it's not about what you're removing, it's about what you're adding in. So even during like my journey, there'd be days where I would go out. I didn't have to say no as much as I wanted, like as I normally would have, like, oh, I'm on a diet, I can't do that. With this, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll just position my day where I have my shakes at the beginning, and then we can go from there. So what's amazing is we have way more than just those 3 solutions that I had mentioned earlier. We actually have a suite of over 100 products. We have brain and sleep support, which I actually just started using this week. And you guys, I've been sleeping like 20 minutes after I use that sleep support, I am into a deep like coma, if you will, until it's time to wake up. It has been so amazing. I've woken up with so much refreshment, and I've started the Brain Boost supplement as well, and I'm super excited to see how that helps. We just acquired a company called Zija, which has brought so many more products. We now have like toothpastes and deodorant and so much more natural everyday products that you use. Organic greens. We have a full energy line with, e-shots, which are replaceable for your 5-hour energy, coffee that is delicious. Freaking Bia. I do not go a day without one of those in my life. They are a lifesaver. We have a full amped line, which is fantastic. So if you're not doing this for losing weight, but you're doing this to increase your performance, you guys, this is incredible. My boyfriend himself has been taking these and has created so many PRs that he's blasted through. He's a cyclist, and he has upped his miles per hour and his range of how far he's been able to go since he's used our amp line, which is awesome. And then we also have snacks and mini meals to go throughout the day too. So again, you're not just consuming shakes and that's it. Probably one of the favorite things that we have is our Isa Delight. Actually, I just ate that one because that one's my absolute favorite, is the dark chocolate mint. Have one of those every single day. It helps me with my hormones, it helps me with my emotions, and it gets that chocolate craving. So a few frequently asked questions, and some of these I already answered, so I won't necessarily go into deep dive with those. But do I eat real food? Will I stay full? Definitely. Like I said, my stepdad has it, and he's a very large man. And what I mean by large is in like big, and it lasts him throughout the day. So what does a cleanse day look like? I'm actually on a cleanse day right now. So lots of cleanse for life, lots of water, lots of chocolates, but not necessarily taking in a shake or a meal, because you're really allowing your digestive system to truly rest and go into that, again, cleansing out the cleansing at the cellular level. So what do I eat for dinner or snacks? Again, that's totally up to you and what your goals look like. For me, there's days where I want to be, or weeks I'm like, okay, I need to get healthy because I'm going to the beach or I'm doing this or that, where I'm a little bit more cognizant of what I'm eating. And then there's other weeks where I'm like, you know what, I really need a pizza. And then your girl will eat a pizza. What if I don't need to lose weight? That is a lot of things that some people are doing. That's where the performance line will comes in. And what's amazing too is that we are not a weight loss company. We are actually a health and wellness company focused around your well-being. So this is nutrient dense food that some foods, it just fills in the gaps of what our food is lacking. I'm on the go all the time. I might be too busy. I will let you guys know that I am one of the busiest people ever. I have multiple businesses, multiple companies that I'm working on, coaching, all this other stuff that I'm doing, plus networking constantly. And this is the first thing that ever gave me my time back, because it takes me 30 seconds to make a meal and it's fulfilling. What do I add to the shakes? I add ice and water. And depending on how creamy, thick, whatever, you add more ice. Super simple. Do I have to do this forever? Absolutely not. You do not have to do this forever. But if you find a product that makes you feel like the sun, why would you ever stop? I know for me, I will never stop using these products, and I will have a minimum of at least one shake in my body probably for the rest of my life. What if my husband and boyfriend wants to do it with me? That's going to happen. They're going to see how amazing you feel. They're going to see the light brought back into your eyes. They're going to see the light of life coming back, and they're going to be like, okay, what is it that you're on? I want this too. So just know that that is such an amazing opportunity. And Esther's going to talk here shortly about how you can even get paid by your husband or boyfriend doing it with you. Do I have to work out? No, you don't. Up until last week, I've been on the products for about 7 months now, and up until last week was the first time I ever worked out. So again, it's not about what you're removing, it's what you're adding in. I'm excited to see how the results will change now that I've added in working out, but no, it's not a requirement. Is it expensive? The shakes break down to about $3 to $3.50 per meal. So if you think about it, you're actually getting way more nutrients for less than a average meal at McDonald's or any other drive-through. What if I don't like it? Like I said at the beginning, you do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. We have less than a 1% company-wide return rate, so that's not average, but do know it is an opportunity. It's an option if that's what you need. And do I have to sell this stuff? Absolutely not. We have over 85% of the people who utilize Isogenics are only product users, and we are so thankful for that because you're getting yourself healthy. If you want to earn a little bit of extra money, of course that's an option. And so what Esther's going to do is she's going to talk about how you can actually eat for free.
Thank you, Candace. And yeah, so this is amazing, you guys. So I've been doing this for about 5 months now. I'm going to show you and break down how you can eat for free and basically just get referral cash when you share these products to the people that you love and also want to see grow and just feel better about their health and their skin and whatnot. So since I've been doing this for about 5 months now, I'm just going to show you this visual presentation and break it down and how much you can save on your expenses. So for this visual presentation, I just want to I'm just going to ask for a favor and put yourself in the shoes of this beautiful blonde woman. Pretend this is you. I also want you to be mindful on the different ways you can actually get started, which depends on your goals and whatnot. So the two different ways is either individual solutions or packs. And the packs are something that we recommend because you're getting the full value and the full benefit of the whole system. It's a complete system, and it just works that way. So for me, I got started with the value pack, so we're going to go ahead and get started with that. That's the same one that Candace got started with as well. So let's go ahead and use the value pack, which is, again, the one that we used. This is basically the whole value. It's 90% of your food for 30 days. Okay, so imagine you getting started on the value pack and you start moving forward and your friend Bob wants to see the same results. So after he sees you be so happy and you're just so bright and you've changed and you just feel so much more healthier and you can see it through your skin and you're glowing and you're going, Bob wants to get enrolled, and so you enroll him with the value pack as well, just like you got started, because majority of the time people want to do what you exactly do to get the same results. So you enroll him in a value pack. What Isogenics does is pays their consumers for sharing the product. So instead of Isogenics paying advertisers and PR companies, they'd rather pay the people that really enjoy and love the products and see amazing results out of. So that's really what we're here for, is just sharing the product with the people that we love. So once you enroll Bob with the value pack, you'll get rewarded with $100 as a referral bonus. From there, once you repeat that, and let's say Stacy wants to see the same results that you and Bob have, you enroll Stacy with the value pack as well. You go ahead and help Stacy get healthy and feel the same things that you and Bob are going through, and you do the same thing. The good thing is that when you enroll in the same commission week, which is Monday through Sunday, you get rewarded with the double of what you would get paid. So instead of getting paid $100, you'll get paid $200 for both Bob and Stacy, which will be a $400 total, which, come on, what can you do with $400? I know for me, when I was working salary, like, I could use that for a bill. I could use that for, I don't know, bills. I mean, we all have residual bills. So for me, I would use it on a bill. Or if I was caught up on my bills, I mean, I'm open-minded to thinking savings, right? So you can always save $400 for other things that you want to do with that. So you can do a lot with $400, basically. So the good thing is that when you help Stacy and Bob become consultants, you also get rewarded with another $100, which would be $500. I mean, again, what can you do with $500? So that's going to be rewarded within 30 days of you being enrolled. So that's a good thing. And then the great thing about this compensation plan is the duplication of this whole thing. So once you help Bob enroll his 2 people, you do the same thing. So you help him enroll 2 other people. You help him become a consultant, and just for that you get paid another $100 just for helping him become a consultant. And then the beautiful thing about this is that once you create the process and flow within 60 days of enrolling, and you help Stacy become a consultant as well, you get rewarded another $100, which is $700. $700, which would make you a manager, and that's going to be rewarding you with another $250, which will be a total of $950. Like, that's basically getting all your money back from the value pack that you purchased, plus more. Like, that is just a great profit that you're getting for your health and just feeling your best and sharing the products with the people that you love. So that's just the amazing part about this compensation plan, is the duplication of this whole comp. Like, it's just amazing. So this is basically our comp plan, guys.
I was on mute. I love that. And if you think about it too, like, if you're doing this and you're just really sharing your story and telling people exactly what you've gone through and what you're like where you are now, that's, first of all, people love to see success, right? Success breeds success. So being able to do this with accountability partners and be able to move forward. And if you're doing that and you're making $950, if you think about how long it takes you to do that in your regular job, it's like, holy smokes. And I could have done that so quickly. And it's obviously a long grind. It's obviously a long game, but being able to know how much opportunity of money that there really is on the table is such a beautiful blessing. So like she was saying, that there's totally options that you can do things singly if you want to do like individual solutions, or you can also go in with the pack. The one on the bottom right is the one that both Esther and I both started with. That is the value pack, again, which has over 90% of your products for a full 30 days, which is so amazing, especially right now in the chaos that we are in, because everything is delivered to your door. So again, I want to say thank you so much for everyone that is listening to the recording, that's here listening now. Just if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to Esther or I on Instagram. Again, we are so happy that you are here, and we hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.